Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. So it's that time of the month again, monthly favorites time, and I'm super excited for this month because last month I just did my yearly favorites rather than monthly, so we've got a lot of stuff to talk about, me and you. I feel like December was a bigger month for favorites than January was, so I've got lots of stuff to talk about. So let's just jump into it. Okay, so number one probably of the month, of January anyway, was definitely my Morphe Brushes Jaclyn Hill's favorite palette. It was basically like the only eyeshadows I used all month. They're just so awesome. Like, even if you can't get your hands on this palette anymore because I know it's sold out, although they say that they're restocking it, so I would be on the lookout for that if you didn't get your hands on it the first round. But all of the shadows in this palette are sold in single pans on the Morphe Brushes website, so you aren't completely out of luck because you could just get them singularly. But seriously, look at this palette. Aren't they the most gorgeous shades you've ever seen in your life? Like, I can't get over it. Like, honestly, if I were to make a palette of my favorite colors of eyeshadows, I feel like it would be very similar to this, so I absolutely love it. And Morphe Brushes eyeshadows are so amazingly, like, they're such amazing quality. For $2 a piece, and with this palette it was like $1 per eyeshadow, they're amazing. Like, I don't understand how they do it. Like, I don't understand, like, high-end brands. Like, I don't understand how high-end brands can charge so much for their eyeshadows and they're not nearly as good as these. Like, for instance, MAC eyeshadows, I really don't like them, and they're like $11 a pop, and for $1 a shadow, like, what are you doing with yourself, MAC? Get it together. But seriously, this was my favorite eyeshadow palette of the entire month. I'm so glad that I got my hands on it because seriously, it's like a staple in my collection now, and I'm in love. And since we're talking about eyeshadows, I'm going to talk about some more of my favorites. These are the ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadows, and they are amazing. Like, if you don't have anything from ColourPop yet, get your life together. They're only $5 a piece. You need them in your life. I have some of my favorites here. This one is Mittens, which is a matte brown. This one is Amaze, which is like a nice kind of rose gold. Lovely, which is another kind of golder, kind of a pinky gold, or like a champagne. And then this one is Summer Lovin', and this is like a shimmery rose gold too. Obviously there's a trend here, but I do have a full swatch and review video of these ColourPop eyeshadows, so I'll link that down below. But seriously, they're just amazingly pigmented and buttery. They're like the weirdest texture ever. They're not powder, but they're not cream either. I just don't really understand them, but I'm glad they exist. But yeah, for $5 a piece, you need to check out ColourPop eyeshadows. They are so, so, so worth the money. I would pay a lot more money for these eyeshadows, honestly. And it's probably dangerous that I want to like place a new order like every single day, but eventually I'll probably have every single shade from ColourPop. Since we're talking about sparkly eyeshadows, I only have one more to mention, and this is the Stila Magnificent Metals eyeshadow in the shade Metallic Dusty Rose. And honestly, just the entire holiday season and also this month, I just want to use this shade. Like, every time I go out anywhere, like to a dinner or a party or an event or anything, I just want to wear this. Like, I have a problem because I only ever want to wear this. It's just so beautiful and sparkly and pink and pretty, and just makes me feel like a really cute girl, and I love it. These are pretty messy to work with, but I think it's worth it just because of the payoff. They're like beautifully pigmented and foiled and magnificent. Like, that name is perfect because they're amazing. I love them. And even if this isn't your shade, I definitely recommend checking out the line because they have a lot of really pretty colors, and this one just happens to be my favorite for the past few months. Okay, let's get into some face products that I've been loving this month. The first one is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I mentioned this in my haul, and I mentioned that I was going to let you guys know how I like it, and I have to say I really love it. It really does a great job of melting all of your makeup together, and it really just makes your face look kind of seamless and poreless and like put together. Does that make sense? Like, it just makes everything blend so nicely. Like, before I put this on, my face looks good because, I mean, I did my makeup, but when I put it on, everything just looks like I was born that way. That doesn't make sense because I don't look like that, but it just looks like everything is exactly where it needs to be. And also, it does help your makeup stay on longer. I did notice that. It doesn't particularly give you a matte finish or a dewy finish. I just think it kind of doesn't really have an effect on the finish of your skin, but I really, really like it. It smells really good. It's really cooling on the skin. Makes your face feel really nice. Like, this is something, if you did want to carry this big purse, I feel like it's something that you could spray throughout the day, and it would really like refresh your makeup and make it like come back to life. And this is a new product and I've never heard anybody else talk about it before, so I'm letting you guys know it's worth it. I like it a lot. Okay, the next thing I've been loving is the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. This is better than any other pore minimizing primer ever. Better than the Professional, better than the Dr. Brandt Pores No More, better than everything. It's just amazing. Like, this is an amazing primer, and I never thought I'd be the person to be like, I need this primer in my life at all times, gonna repurchase always, but this one makes me feel that way. Like, I just love this primer. It does the best job of covering up your pores than any other primer I've ever tried, and it's mattifying. I mean, I don't really have a problem with like too much oil or anything, but if you do have that problem, this will also help with that. So I absolutely love it. You guys need to try it. If you're a fan of the Professional, or if you don't really dig the Professional that much, you don't think it really does much for you, try this because it's like Professional on crack plus even more fabulousness. It's just amazing. You need it. And then I've also been loving this new Fit Me Matte and Poreless line. I've got the foundation in the shade Nude Beige 125, and then I've got the powder in the shade Translucent. I really like them. I think they do actually make your face look poreless. I didn't think that a foundation could do that because I think like that's the job for a primer, but when you put it on your skin, it just looks like so smooth. Yeah, that's the only word I can use to describe it. And it is a matte finish, but it's not like super drying or like super like powdery looking or anything. Especially like the powder, it's so finely milled and nice that it really just makes your skin look velvet. These two together, if you have oily skin, I feel like this is a must for oily skin. I don't, and I still love it. So if you have dry skin and you're like on the fence about getting it, I really like it. You can just add your highlighters or like moisturizer or whatever to make your face not be as dry, but it's really not drying at all. It's a nice liquidy foundation, so it's not going to feel like it's tugging or pulling, or it doesn't cling to any dry patches either. I just really like it, and yeah, I think you guys should check it out. Especially if you like the original Fit Me, I feel like you'll like this a lot also. And a concealer I've been liking recently is the Bare Minerals Stroke of Light Eye Brightener. I guess it isn't technically a concealer, but I do use it in like under my eyes and everywhere else I use concealer, but I do like to put something under it to kind of cancel out my dark circles first, just because this isn't as pigmented. It's a eye brightener, not a concealer, so it's not that pigmented, but if you put like your concealer under it and this over top and kind of mix it, it is beautiful on the skin. It really lifts and brightens and just brightens up the whole face basically, and I really like it. I definitely recommend. Okay, I forgot to mention this when I was talking about eyeshadows, but this is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Glitter Glue, and as you can tell, I've been using lots of glitter in my looks lately during the holiday season, and this is a lifesaver. When it comes to glitter, don't use anything else to put it on. Use this, because I always use like lash glue to put on my glitter or like other sticky bases, and I never really liked the way it turned out. But when I got this, it like transforms glitter. Like, you know when you put glitter on your eye and it's like really chunky and it like falls everywhere? This makes a glitter like smooth and flat and like stay. It's just amazing. Like, if you use glitter a lot, or you're afraid to use glitter and you don't know how to get it on your eye without falling out, this you need in your life. I mean, it's not something that you're going to use every day unless you use glitter every day, but if you use glitter on occasion, I would invest in this and just keep it in the back of your collection for when you do that. I mean, you're only ever going to need like 1 tube of this in your life, but yeah, it's definitely a great tool to have if you like glitter. So for my birthday at Sephora, they gave me that little mini birthday gift thing, and this mascara came in it. This is the Makeup Forever Smokey Extravagant Lash, and I really like it. I didn't think I would. I usually don't like sample mascaras. I usually just like keep them for, I don't know, I just like never use sample mascaras that I get, but this one I really like. I don't know if I would buy the full one because I have so many freaking mascaras, but I do really like it. It makes your lashes nice and full. It doesn't really make them clumpy or anything. It just makes them look really nice, and I like it. And I like that the brush is like that cone tip, because it's really nice to get on the inner corners, which is kind of difficult if you have like almond shaped eyes like me. But yeah, I really like this mascara, so if you're in the market for a new mascara, I would definitely try this one out. Okay, I've got a bunch of cheap products to mention. The first one is this NYX, let me open it. The first one is this NYX powder blush in the shade Taupe. Obviously, you're not going to put this on your cheeks, but you do use this for contouring, and I mentioned it in a haul like maybe a month or two ago, and I didn't know how I was going to like it, but I'm here to report back and say that I really like this, especially if you have fair skin. This is an awesome tool to contour because it's not too dark, it's not too warm so that your face looks muddy. It's just amazing at creating shadows on the face basically. I wouldn't use this to bronze the skin whatsoever, but if you go in with a bronzer first, warm up your skin, and then go in with this just like under the cheekbones and around the nose, like anywhere you want to contour, this is awesome. And it blends into the bronzer that you put down, and it doesn't look like a straight up gray on your cheeks like you might think it would. It looks actually really amazing. And since we're speaking of NYX, I'll mention my new favorite blush probably ever. And this is the NYX powder blush in the shade Bittersweet. It's what I have on my cheeks right now, and I've been wearing it in a lot of my videos recently because I'm kind of in love with it. And it's just basically a kind of mauve with like a tiny bit of shimmer, and it just looks good with any look. It's a great everyday blush, and I love it, and I absolutely recommend it to everyone. I feel like it'll look good on so many different skin tones, and I just love this. I've been wearing it like every day, seriously. Okay, and even though I said I've been wearing that every day, obviously I don't mean that because I'm a makeup junkie and I have to wear different blushes. So another one I've been loving is this Makeup Geek blush in Infatuation. Dude, these Makeup Geek blushes are so amazing. They're super pigmented. Like seriously, be careful with your brush. Like only tap it like a little bit and then be very sparing on the cheeks because these things are pigmented as hell. This is a beautiful color. It's like really, really pretty, like straight up kind of terracotta kind of color. It looks really great on tan skin, and I'm really excited to use this in the summer when I have a tan. But I thought I was only going to like it in the summer, but I've been wearing it recently, and I do really like it. If you just put a light hand and you blend it in with your bronzer, it gives you like a nice glow. Not really anything apparent, like rosy cheeks or anything, but it just really looks nice. It really complements a bronzer very well. So if you want a look to be more on the bronzy side or more focused on the bronzer and not really like an in-your-face blush, I would go with this one and just blend a tiny bit of it onto your cheeks and blend it in when you're with your bronzer, and it's beautiful. And another blush I've been using a lot recently is this Becca mineral blush in the shade Damselfly. It's like a true peach color. It has a tiny bit of shimmer in it, nothing too apparent. It really just gives your cheeks a nice glow when you put it on. And these mineral blushes from Becca are amazing. I need more colors even though they're super expensive, but I do really, really like them. Okay, and now I've got a bunch of lip products to mention. The first one is probably my favorite of all the favorites, and this is the NYX lip liner in the shade Rose Brown. If you've been watching my videos recently, you'll know that this is like the only lip liner I've been using, and it's just amazing. Like it goes under so many, that's it right there. It's like basically a straight up brown, like a reddish brown, but when you put it under like a nude lip, it really makes your lips look like poutier, and it kind of like contours your lips and makes them look like fuller and more dimensional and just amazing. And also if you have Lolita from Kat Von D, this is the perfect lip liner to put under it. And obviously I love the NYX lip liners. I talk about them all the time. I use them all the time in my videos, and this one is probably my new favorite of the entire line. And since we were talking about Lolita, obviously she's my favorite. I cannot stop wearing this lip color. Like, oh my god, it is amazing. And what I love about it the most is that every person you see it on, it looks different on them. Like every single skin tone, it looks like a different shade. Like when I look on Instagram, I'll be like, ooh, what is she wearing on her lips? And it'll be Lolita. And then another girl will be like, ooh, what's that? It's Lolita. Ooh, what's that? It's Lolita. And they look different on everyone, but they also look really good on everyone. Like it complements every different skin tone in a different way, which I love. It's like so universal, but then so versatile at the same time. On me, it's more brown. In pictures, it comes off lighter than it is in person, which I kind of like, but it's more of a darker brown, not like a really deep brown, but it's definitely a brown on me. It kind of looks like Salem Velveteen from Lime Crime on my lips. But other people I've seen, it looks more nude, more like patina from Stila. But seriously, this is amazing. It stays on all day. It's a beautiful color. If you find it in a Sephora, definitely get your hands on it because it's always sold out. So if you find it, pick it up, because it's probably not going to be there the next time you go. Okay, and my new favorite nude lipstick. What? I have a new favorite nude lipstick? Yeah. And this is YSL Rouge Volupte in #1. It's what I'm wearing on my lips right now, and it just makes me feel like a princess. I know I'm like really bougie for having a YSL lipstick, but when you love lipstick as much as me, like it's okay. It's just beautiful, like a pinky nude. I love pinky nudes. Like I don't really like brown nudes so much. Sometimes I do with some looks, but for like my everyday kind of go-to nude, I love a pinky nude, like MAC Cream Cup or like Nude Cream from Milani, those kind of nudes, and this is perfect. It's nice and creamy, like it literally makes your lips feel like butter, like, oh, it's amazing. It smells, I don't know, it just smells like a princess's house. I don't know what that means, but I love it. If you are in the market for a high-end lipstick and you want to feel really fancy, go with this one because it's a high-end lipstick that you're going to get a lot of use out of. At least I know I am, which is why I picked it up, because it's beautiful and I want to keep it in my purse at all times. Okay, and then the last lip products I have to mention are these Bite Beauty Fresh, I think they're called the Fresh Fruit Lip Glosses, and I got this little trio set. It was $10 at Sephora on Black Friday, and it came with these 3 minis, and it came with a Rambutan, which is really pretty nude, which is what I have on my lips. This one is Strawberry, which is a really pretty baby pink, and then this one is Fig, which is a really pretty like mauve-y purple kind of color. And basically I love these because of the formula. They smell like fruit, they're super smooth, they're nicely pigmented, like not like in your face pigmented, but like the perfect amount of pigmentation for a lip gloss, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I've been loving them. They're amazing. I use them like interchangeably all the time. So if you want some new lip glosses and you don't know which to get, I definitely check out Bite Beauty because they're amazing. I love them. Okay, so the last thing I have to talk about is this Colleen Rothschild Radiant Cleansing Balm. And basically you open it, it's a big jar, and it smells like herbal, like I don't really know what herbs it is, but it smells really, really herbal, and I'm not really a fan of that. So if you aren't, you might not like this, but it's basically a really like kind of gritty yellowish balm, like very oily, and you put it in your hands and then you slap it all over your face and it takes off all your makeup like nobody's business. Like you just rub it in, you look like a crazy like black-faced raccoon because of all your eyeliner and mascara, and then you just take a warm washcloth and you can either sit it on your skin, it gives you like kind of a mini facial, and then you just basically wipe off all your makeup and it takes it off like seriously a dream. Like it just takes it off so easily, and after your skin feels so moisturized because this is like an oil, like it's very kind of moisturizing and like nourishing and stuff, so your skin feels so nice after you use it. I don't use this alone, like I obviously go in and wash my face after because having all that oil sitting on your skin probably isn't the best for it. But to take off your makeup, this is amazing because I was using makeup wipes for a long time, but I felt like I was really tugging on my skin and tugging on my eyes for a long time. So I wanted something different, and I know people use like coconut oil and stuff, but I had this in my collection from like a while ago and I hadn't been using it. So I whipped it back out because it was pretty expensive and I really like it. So if you want something fancy to take off your makeup with, try this baby out because I really like it. Well guys, that's basically it for my monthly favorites. Well, bi-monthly favorites because it's from December and January. But I hope you enjoyed it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you do. Let me know down in the comments what kind of videos you want to see in this upcoming month. And I love you so much. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!